Hi, Joe. Boy, it's been a long week, bro. How you doing?
Very, very worried.
Very, very worried. What you worried
Yeah,
about?
our neighbors are in trouble.
Like my neighbors next door to me?
No, like our neighbors next door to the whole country is in Mexico, not Mexico, Canada.
Oh, I heard something about that. Maybe we should talk about it. Yo, you know, safety meeting.
I'm already there on top of it, buddy.
Hell yeah. What, yo.
But yeah, man, I've been seeing a lot of shit. Not so much on the news or anything. More on social media, TikTok, people making videos of their own and shit like that. Canadians talking about shit. I did see one video of a bunch of people trying to send like a SOS over to America right there on the border. I'm talking about
In
how,
Niagara Falls.
yeah, right over in Niagara Falls. Because, you got pretty much the whole fucking country's in lockdown. Supposedly, there's supposed to be a shit ton of, Chinese soldiers moving through Canada, which is the reason why they got them on lockdown. And then, you know what I mean? Like, you go into the Walmart and shit like that. You go to Walmart to go shopping right now in Canada for some clothes. Can't buy it. You can only buy what the government tells you can buy. You can only buy what they say is essential. You have to do what they want you to do. You can only go out when they say you can go out. Yes, sir.
Quick question. Do
What's up?
we no, do we have any proof of this? Is there any like websites or is there any links to anybody that you could we could have our people take a look at?
Not necessarily. The only thing I can really say is just go out and look for yourself. You know what I mean?
You should do that video you sent me about the guys that
I
were.
mean, there is a guy on TikTok you guys could follow. Give me a second and I'll find him.
So I checked this video out, folks, right? And it was a small gathering of some people that were over in Ontario or Niagara Falls, but the Canadian side, right? They're showing the video. They showed Niagara Falls right there in the background, so they were right there. Now, this may not mean some, but for people like Joe and I, for example, it's only 2 hours away to get to Niagara Falls. So, so these guys, this group of people, they were on the American or the Canadian side. They were holding up the Canadian flag, and they were holding it upside down, which is internationally known as a sign of distress. And then they're
Yes.
using a spotlight to shine a spotlight at the Canadian flag in Morse code. They're sending out an SOS. Now, the people in Canada, they had border patrol sitting there, and the people of the United States also had border patrol sitting there, and everybody was waiting to receive this message. Now, mind you, the people of Canada have been on lockdown, similar to what's going on in the UK. The UK has been on lockdown this whole time. They've never had a reprieve. Everybody's still locked down to their homes. Everybody's still not working. Everybody's still being told what the fuck they can or cannot do.
Yo, this guy's name on TikTok. He's got a lot of shit on everything that's going on in Canada right now, right? His name is T Swagger, you know, Swagger, the number two, the max.
Okay.
Just, you know what I mean? And then also at the top it says T Swagger 35. So I don't know if you can follow with that either.
Either way, y'all, you should check them out. Maybe we get Joe could drop a link in the description after at the end of the video.
I can try. It's TikTok, but I'll try. I've never done one with TikTok before.
True.
But
So here's the thing, right? No, we're talking about China. We're talking about Chinese. So in one of the videos that was being spoke about, but that the T Swagger gentleman makes, is the fact that he said that Canada back in 2018 okayed for China to come over and do military exercises in the frozen tundra of Canada, different parts, because in China they don't have the frozen tundra like they do. China's more of a tropical climate.
Cat. They could have went up. They could have went up into the mountains over by Russia, the Tibetan mountains.
Right. So, but this started in 2018. So they gave the approval for the Chinese Republican Army, or however they pronounce themselves, just to start doing military exercise. So they sent over, I think the number was 20,000 troops. And then over time, past couple of years, those 20,000 turned into 40,000. And those 40,000 turned into 60,000. And the figure that they're projecting is they have 75,000 Chinese soldiers right there at the border of Canada. Now, the border of Canada and the United States is 5,055 miles long, and that runs from just the other side of Vermont all the way over to Washington State.
Washington
Spread
State.
out.
You know where they had all them wildfires? Right on the border. Kind of funny, isn't it?
It's kind of suspect. So the same guy also said the reason why it keeps happening is because they're sending over their soldiers in shipping containers. Now, a lot of people have been talking about the formality when it comes to shipping containers because a lot of shit has been going down all over the world
Didn't
in
we
all
just
these cargo ships.
didn't we just have one get stuck not too long ago?
Sure did.
Who owned that one? Wasn't it like a Chinese company that owned Evergreen? Pretty
Hmm.
sure it was.
Makes you wonder why. Makes you wonder why.
If it was me and I was shipping around soldiers in cargo planes in these cargo ships, and one got stuck accidentally. Maybe why we're getting it unstuck and not letting anybody else help us. We'll unload some soldiers, let them plant some shit up and down the canal, cause a food shortage.
Possibly. So here's another thing I saw on same one of those videos. So the same 75,000 that's projected to be to the north of us right now. They also said that there's another 175,000 around the Mexico area, in the Mexican border.
Yeah,
So
because most of these,
there's a reported 250,000 troops altogether
a lot of
surrounding us.
these, a lot of these Mexican cartels are actually run by Chinese cartels. I just seen a news report on it from this was actually from a couple years ago when I was searching on DuckDuckGo about Chinese because I tried seeing if the Chinese government did any military drills with the Mexican government. See, maybe if they did this, which they did 10 years ago, it was about 10 years ago, the Chinese government started doing drills with the Mexican government also. Just saying, it's kind of funny. Seems like they've been surrounding us for years. Maybe we slipped along some of these insurgents that are coming in at the border are some soldiers. I don't mean to take you off from your point, but
No, I mean it makes sense. I mean, so think about this, right? For the past, well, let's say now going on the past 5 years, uh, there's been this plan that's been in play. This is just all hypothetical. These are my thoughts. Okay, folks, my thoughts.
so if it's the last 5 years, you also agree that Trump was part of these plans.
How can he not be? I mean, whether he was pro or anti, he's still involved somehow. Okay, that's spade's a spade, man. You can't have your hands in politics and expect when you pull them up that they're going to be clean. They're going to be dirty. Just depends on how dirty, based off your morality. But so for the past 5 years, they have been
Ooh,
So focused, and the whole world has been focused and unraveled in the concept of politics because it's been at the forefront of everybody's mind, and all these things everybody's been talking about and arguing about and debating, and too red, too, you know, whatever.
damn it.
Maybe that was just part of the big distraction. Because if they've had Chinese troops moving around the world and positioning themselves strategically for the past at least 2 years that we know of, now that's on record because of Canada. Thank you, Prime Minister Trudeau. You're a fucking genius. So they've been doing this and doing this and doing this for a long time. Now, before we started the podcast, you and I were talking about the fact that they've been wanting to get rid of our guns for a long time. They've been pushing for it.
Long time.
And right now, this current moment, today, today's date, whatever it is, 23rd, they're trying everything in their power to get gun control or some sort of gun control regulations, something. They want to enforce it to happen. Now, these are all my beliefs, but they've been staging a lot of shootings.
Yo,
Um,
did you see the shooting out in Ohio with the young black girl?
uh, 13-year-old?
Nah, she was like 16, 17. She charged the other woman with the knife.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So here's my
Yep,
question with this one, right?
yep.
Let's say that this girl didn't call the police that day. She didn't call the police. She didn't call her mama. She just went and got the knife, waited for old girl to pull up, and did what she tried to do without the police there and killed this woman. Okay? Would we still be out in the streets screaming Black Lives Matter? I'm not saying that I don't agree with your movement. What I'm saying is it seems kind of fucked up that as soon as the police officer who was trained that you meet deadly force with deadly force, because yeah, you're right, he could have tased that girl, and you know what, that could have not even fucking phased her, and she could have continued stabbing, or she could have had a muscle spasm and continued stabbing. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't have it both ways, man. Why my personal opinion, you called the police, you called your mama, why the fuck did you not stay in the house? You knew the cops was on the way. You can stay on the phone with the police officer until the cops get there. You did not have
Right,
to leave your house. It seems to me that you kind of wanted the smoke. Not that you wanted to get shot and killed, but at some point, what rational person calls the police, hears the police outside, and then comes rushing out of the house, charges one girl, sees the cop, turns around, and goes for the next person? We've all seen movies. The cops are trained to shoot you. To me, it seems like more like that incident. The media and the government said we're going to take this tragedy and we're going to make it a opportunity to bash on the police. Another reason to get the cops out
right.
and give
Defund
me
the
your
police,
guns.
defund the police, and then make them to where they're irrelevant.
Yeah, because they not only do they want to take me and your guns, they want to take the police officers' guns. They want no one to have it, so no one can protect us.
Least less resistance. It okay. So let's say hypothetically, which will never fucking happen, folks, but hypothetically, they take our guns. There you go. Now we're surrounded by China. We're vulnerable. The whole world is laughing at us right now because of the way that the clowns are running the show. Uh, we got caravans still of immigrants coming in from the south. You
Do
got
you know?
Chinese down there. You got people in the north.
Do you know how much of the world owes China money?
No,
A lot. Us as America, we owe China, I think it's $1.1 trillion or some shit like that. We owe Japan 1.2 trillion. Like everyone owes China money. The fact that we owe them $1.1 trillion is, to me, enough for us to say, for Biden to say, yeah, I'll sell out to you. You could have America. You pretty much own it anyways.
right? Yeah, I don't know, man. I
Because shit, you got to think about it from his perspective, man. America's a hot commodity. We got some the pretty much the most farmable land in the entire world.
you know what? I forget what I was watching, but I don't know something. Trying to remember what it was. Maybe it was another one of those Scotty Martin videos. I don't know, but something about California.
Something about
But if you think
California.
if you think about it, if the world is really, you know, round-ish from China, California would be the first coast you'd want to come to if you think about it, rather than look at the map like this and here's China and they crave all the way across the world to come over here to California. Well, if it's not flat, then they should just it, you know, it's basically right there.
I mean, isn't I don't know. Guess it's all his perspectives, bro.
It is. Do you guys think the Earth is flat, or do you think it's round, or do you think it's a sphere?
I think it's a motherfucking dome.
Is it a cylinder? Is it an egg? Maybe it's the size of an egg. Maybe it's shaped like an egg.
Now we're talking about how big it is on whose spectrum. Because if you think about it, we could all just be somebody's science experiment inside of their petri dish.
You know, and all them little holes, all this, all the stars in the sky at night are just the little holes from when they poked holes in the top of the carton to make sure we could breathe.
All right. So since you brought up flat Earth, I just gotta ask, it's because if you read the Book of Enoch and you read how it describes, and even the Bible, and how it describes the Earth, right? In the Book of Enoch, and it shows you a depiction of the domed Earth, like a snow globe. And a lot of ancient societies, and even down to like the UN symbol, are all depictions of the domed Earth. All right. And then you look at the way Genesis describes the making of Earth, how he separated the waters from heaven from the waters of earth with for the firmament. And within the firmament were the moon, the stars, and the sun, right? Which makes sense of why when we took a rocket ship and we went into outer space, we could get to the moon, right? But now there's that radiation belt that we can no longer get through. Well, what if that radiation belt's just really just the firmament, and we've always had the capability of getting to the moon because the moon's within the firmament, just like all the stars. And the day you finally notice that will be the day of Armageddon, when the stars fall from heaven. Says it right in Revelations.
That's an interesting thought.
Like, so in my opinion, it's gotta be a domed society. It's gotta be something like that. Like, I'm not saying there's not anything underneath us. There's no world within underneath us. I'm not saying there's not the possibility that our
What?
snow globe is like one of those fabricated eggs that's got something inside of it. But I don't think it's a ball.
Okay, what about this? Just as a weird little plot twist. Think about what an atom looks like, right?
What
You
does an
got that.
atom look like?
You got your phone in your hand. Look up a picture of an atom. It's got the circle, and it's got all these different axes that run around it, this way and this way and this way and this
Yeah,
way.
but can they really prove that that's what it looks like?
Well, yeah, they split an atom. That's how they created hydrogen, or
Yeah, but
not hydrogen. I'm sorry, but
I don't think you can actually see the atom though.
they turned it into a bomb.
I know they turned it in. I know there's a hydrogen bomb, but I'm just saying I don't think you can actually see atoms. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you got to have a certain kind of special microscope. I'm not a scientist, people.
Me neither. Maybe though. But
But
maybe.
really, it kind of seems like China's just been testing out a bunch of different ways to take over. If you look at what happened in Myanmar, which we see you, Myanmar, we're still staying with you. We ain't forgot about you. And then you look at what happened in Pakistan, right? Where they were supposed to have that conference with China about moving in and linking in all into China's fucking power grid. And Pakistan was thinking about backing out. And what China do? Blacked out the whole fucking country. All right. And then you got Texas. And here's just a crazy theory. I can't prove it. But let's say that they were talking about in Congress how they were getting ready to sell out America to China. And all the other states were on it. And they said, all right, yeah, we benefit from it. So I'm okay with it. Fuck the people. As long as I get mine, because it's natural human to look out for you.
Right.
But Texas, they weren't down for it. They're like, nah, we like being America. We're going to stay America. We're just going to branch off from you. We already got our own power supply, so we don't need you on that. We got this. We got ourselves. And they said, well, you know what? We can't have that ice storm. We're going to show you that you need us. Well, that didn't work. We're just going to, you know what? We're going to flood their state with a whole bunch of illegal immigrants. Now, what you guys going to do? Now you really need us. Even better, we're going to let them come there and just say it's okay. Pregnant people. If you're pregnant, you definitely get to come over. No questions asked. If you're positive for corona, come on in. We'll treat you.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just time for a new driver. Maybe the current driver of the bus isn't really uh, qualified to be a driver. So maybe they just need a driver.
Maybe our time of picking the driver really ran out.
Mhm.
That's just what it seems like. It just seems like they've put us in a predicament to where there's really not much else we got left except for them guns. And as much as I don't like them, our police are literally, our police and our guns are literally the only things keeping this country away from martial law and a complete lockdown.
Yeah, I mean, shit's happening all over the world. It's not just here.
Yeah, because they want it's world domination, one world government. And you know what the fucked up thing about it is, bro? I think we've been looking at this all wrong with the whole end of times and revelations, everything we're obsessed with on the show. Well, really, I am that I just kind of rub off on you with. But I think we've been looking at it wrong. We were too obsessed on America being the key point that the Antichrist had to be American. It had to have been the president or the vice president or someone in Congress. It's got to be someone in America or the Queen of England. You know what I'm saying? Get where I'm going?
Right.
Maybe the motherfucker that we had to be worried about was China. Maybe that's what Daniel was talking about in that prophecy. The fourth beast being really is China, because China is like an entity unlike nothing else. They're not like any other country or rulers. They have a president who's a dictator. He wasn't voted in, but he's counted as a president.
It's weird, man. So, like, when they created the virus, not, excuse me, not created, when they released it, I stand corrected. Not only did they do that, though, but they bought up 75% of the world's supply of PPE. So that way they could sell it to them at inflation cost. And
One
that was
second.
the problem that everybody was. Uno, dos,
I gotta let my cat in. 1 second.
tres, 14. I
Come
don't
on.
know, man. What do you guys think? We could just speculate and talk about this, that, or the other thing, but really, we should all be take your
Sorry,
vaccine,
cat was at the door.
be compliant, do what we say. Everything is important that we say, so you need to listen. Take your fucking vaccine and do what you're told. Comply. Stop complying, folks.
The same vaccine we don't want to give to our military.
We no longer want to comply. We do not wish to comply with
We'll
your bullshit.
we'll
We
give it
choose
to all of our
with
doctors.
life. We choose to comply with life. I'm going to continue to live my life.
We will give the vaccine to all of our doctors and old people and children, but we will not give it to our military.
It's a problem.
Bro, I've been seeing videos lately of it looking like
It's
they've
it's
been
Democrat
faking
states.
they've been faking out giving people this vaccine.
I mean, again, folks, look, we're not trying to. I'm not trying to hate on you. I'm not trying to bash you. If you choose to take the vaccine because you feel it keeps you and your family safe, then by all means, you got to go with what you do is best for you. This is just my opinion. I'm a nobody. And that's the problem. There's a lot of nobodies with the same concept, but it only gets heard if you're a somebody.
Listen, I got no problem taking a vaccine or medicine that has been tested and proven to work and is regulated. Normal shit. Shit that people get every day.
Not some shit you make in 5 months.
Exactly. The regular vaccinations that you have to get up until the age of 5 and then you're done. Those vaccinations, those are all okay. Flu shot, not
Allegedly.
getting it. I mean,
The flu never went away, Joe. It's just the coronavirus.
I'm just saying, and I've never gotten the flu shot. I'm getting that fucking shit. What the hell is the sense of getting a flu shot, which is a vaccine that you get every year, that I have to get yearly? This shit obviously isn't working.
Right. Well, because the virus can mutate and it could be resistant to your current antibodies and adapt and mutate, and it takes on a new strand. You have to be you have to be vaccinated for that one too.
Bro, I don't even think they give people the chickenpox vaccine no more.
What's chickenpox? Says anybody born after 2005.
Exactly my point. I mean, I had to get
Chicken
it the old
pox. What is
fashioned
that?
way.
What is that? Is
It's
it like a
fucking
bunch of
horrible,
chickens?
man. It's
A
fucking
bunch of
horrible.
chickens. They
Fucking
just peck at you. Like,
that's definitely what you kind of look like, isn't it though? Fucking red all over the fucking place, itching like a
yeah.
son of a bitch. I don't know if
Oh
you
yeah.
ever had it, but you definitely. I know I had oven mitts taped to my hand. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I have a scar on my forehead right here from chicken pox.
Scratched that motherfucker, didn't you?
Oh yeah. I got
Was
a
it
couple
worth it?
scars.
Was it worth it?
It was totally worth it. It was totally worth it.
I was little, so
I didn't
remember it
have
all the way.
I didn't have oven mitts. I had socks. So I had to. This is what my mom made me do. So I took a sock and I rolled it up and put it in my hand like this. And then I took another sock and I rolled it up in my hand like this. And then they put a sock over both of those hands. So all I had was my fists. It don't matter though. I can still itch. You know.
Yeah,
I just couldn't pick. I hated it though. But I only had it once, and that was all I needed. I
that's
was
my
done.
point. And you know how long it took them to get that vaccine approved, bro? Damn near 50 years. But when they got it approved, it worked like a son of a bitch. You know what I mean? A lot of these vaccines,
Yeah.
the fact that they're trying to
Pox,
rush it,
shingles.
the fact that they're trying to rush it is the problem.
I personally don't think you need any vaccines for anything. Your body knows what it needs, and there are ways to achieve that.
Yes, if they would let the healers live. But like I've tried talking about on the show a bunch, to keep on killing off all the healers, bro.
When he talks about healers, what's the word the reference?
Natural,
Holistic healer or
holistic healers. Yeah,
yeah,
people that use
holistic
nature,
medicine.
people that use nature to heal you. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's there. Everything started as an herb or as something.
Your ancestors were living hundreds of years, bro.
I mean, some of the best penicillin that comes out is it's mold.
Exactly.
Anything with the word "cillin" in it is a cut of penicillin, and it's mold, which comes from what? The earth.
So people stay vigilant. Look out, look at don't fucking pay attention to the news so much. I know
Turn
I
turn your
look
TVs off.
I know I look stupid. I sound stupid,
You don't look stupid, Joe.
but don't hate the
Joe,
message. Don't hate the messenger. Just fucking go out and read shit for yourself. Stop paying to CNN. Stop paying attention to CNN, Fox News.
prepare,
Exactly.
prepare, prepare.
Don't listen to
Yeah,
fucking Q.
I don't know what you're. Yeah, don't listen to fucking Q. Don't listen to this guy or that guy. Listen to your instincts. You know the
Exactly.
difference between fact and crap. We all know this by now. We've talked about it lots of times, and we'll
Yeah.
always talk about it. You got to know the difference, and I'm sure you all do by now.
You
But
feel truth.
you need to be prepared because if 2020 has proved anything, stuff can happen overnight, immediately.
Yeah, man. Now they're talking about Russia and Ukraine going to war, and if Russia and Ukraine go to war, everyone else is going to go to war. Everything could
What?
change like that.
Yeah, we're
So,
just specks, little tiny people, little dots, little blips. That's what we are.
you guys feeling safe?
I'm always feeling safe. What do you guys think tonight about tonight? If any of y'all like tonight's episode, just go ahead and hit that like button, hit that sub button. If you hit that little bell, little notification, let you know when drop a new episode. We don't do them as frequently as we used to. You know, times get a little tighter when the weather gets better. I work a lot more. You know, do what I can, do it anyway. Always having a safety meeting, no matter what. You should always stay safe.
Share this motherfucker with your friends. I love you. Peace out, people.
Yo, be good, but most importantly, be good to each other. Love y'all.